So I thought it might be fun to unbox this limited edition watch that I received last week. It is the Aquastar and Fratello collaboration. So I'm going to unbox it. Nice packaging here. A turquoise outer box. Nice Aquastar logo on the front. And then kind of a nicely packaged inner box with the felt around it, protection around the side. I'm gonna slip this out of the turquoise box. This box is wooden. It has a black grain. And it has a push button to open it. Hope you can see the Aquastar logo on the top here. Comes with the warranty card. And then this watch comes with both a NATO strap in an ice blue to match the dial. And then there's a metallic strap, and I'll kind of show you that in a bit. So kind of taking off the plastic here. Gotta watch me fumble around with this. But I will say that initial impressions of this watch, the ice blue definitely meets my expectations by what was presented on the Fratello site. It's exactly what I thought it would be. You know, sometimes you get a watch and unfortunately the color of the dial looks a little bit more matte or a little bit less sharp in person than in the pictures. But I would say that what I saw is an accurate representation of this particular watch. So it's got the NATO strap here. I think this is really sharp. It is, so I've got some fairly meaty wrists here at around, you know, depending on the day, the heat and all that kind of stuff, somewhere between 7 1/4 and 7 1/2. So I'm gonna put this on so you guys can see it. Try not to let it drop, which would be a bit of a shame. So try to do it here. Not gonna fumble too much with the strap and kind of fold it over like I would normally do with the NATO. But just kind of give you a sense of what it looks like on my wrist at about a 7 1/2, you know, like I said, 7 1/4, 7 1/2 inch wrist. Do you think it looks really sharp? I'm gonna include some still photos in the rest of this video, but think it looks really sharp. And like I promised, I'm gonna show you the metal bracelet that's kind of underneath this foam insert here. It's all wrapped up in your kind of what we've seen a lot in these kind of revitalized brands of diving watches from the 60s. This is a beads of rice style metal bracelet. Still wrapped in plastic here. You can see the clasp has a star just like the top of the wooden box. And I'll also kind of later in the video, I will show you kind of what it looks like with this on the watch and how it feels on the wrist. So I was able to put on the beads of rice bracelet and fits pretty nicely. The case is contoured, so it kind of wraps around the wrist. The watch, you know, might be a tad small for my wrist at 36.75 millimeters. It has a height of 13 millimeters, including the crystal. And and lug to lug, it is 46 millimeters. The lug width is 19. We see some brands do this from time to time. Kind of a little bit tricky. One thing I did want to mention is the clasp is kind of very stiff. That'll probably work itself out over time. But I think it's really a sharp looking watch. That ice blue is just really gorgeous. It has a red hand on the big eye, the seconds hand, and it has 200 meters of water resistance. Many of you know the story behind Aquastar. It was revitalized by Rick Marai, who at one point revitalized Doxa. So, has a similar case shape. He loves those kind of retro dive watches. And this watch in particular is a collaboration between Fratello and Aquastar. They made only 50 pieces in this limited edition run. And I have to say, really glad that I got my hands on one. Just a beautiful watch here.